Yeah. Whoa. I speak. We change lives, Jesus. I speak.
Welcome to the TP Masterclass. On behalf of Cliff Cheqona and the entire TP family, we're honored to have you here. You didn't just join a live session. You stepped into a transformational experience designed to help you master your mind, align your emotions, and trade with clarity and conviction. We'll be starting shortly. In the meantime, settle in and prepare your notepad. Like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, invite someone who needs this. Because around here, we don't just trade, we transform. Let's get started soon.
I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. I speak life, I speak spirit. We change lives, Jesus did it. Step into my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. I'm stepping to my Monday. We change lives, Jesus did it.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for Trading Psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
Hello, TP family. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Welcome to another TP Masterclass. Yay! Who's excited to be here today? You can feel free to put it in the chat. Hello, people on Facebook. Hello, people on Instagram. Hello, people on YouTube. As always, welcome back to our TP Masterclass with Cliff Cheqona. How's everyone doing today? How was everyone's week from Sunday to today? Yeah. How was your trading week? Did something exciting happen to everyone? Did you withdraw some money? Did you what were you up to during your trading week? Even if you did not trade, you can always put it in the chat. And yes, this is our 40th episode on YouTube. Yay! Very excited for today. It's such a milestone for all of us. Oh, Godwin said he blew his account. I'm very sorry to hear that, but you can always recover back what you have lost. Just don't revenge trade, okay? My trading week was great. I am very, very happy to hear that. Anyone else? How was your trading week or your week so far? It could be that you bought a house, It doesn't always have to be about trading. It could be that you bought a car. you can always share it here as a testimony, But how's everyone doing? Took the week off. It was glorious. I'm sure it was. I'm sure you had a very peaceful, relaxing week where you were not worried about trading or if the market is going to hit your TP or not. I made some profit this week. I'm from Benin. Hi, hola, welcome. I have blown my accounts for many years. Glad I have joined the TP family. I am very glad that you're also here, Prince, so that you will blow no more accounts anymore. First time joining the TP Masterclass. So happy for you to be joining us today, Emmanuel. I lost some money. Search for solution made me find Cliff. Oh, that is so amazing to hear. I'm so glad that you found us today. And I hope today's TP Masterclass will be very enlightening to you. It has been good. I learned more about my emotion, trading life, and scalping. Amazing to hear. I'm very glad that this was the discovery. Should I say discovery for you, Nelson? My trading week, in drawdown, the week ended well. I'm very glad that your week ended well, even though you experienced some drawdown from the beginning of the week. My trading week was great, but it was stressful because I was trading with my card. What do you mean your card? But I hope going forward, the new trading week that is about to be next week wouldn't be so stressful for you guys. But welcome to another TP Masterclass. I'm very glad that you are here. Every week I show my appreciation to each one of you guys. We have 41 people joining us on YouTube. I don't know about Instagram and Facebook, but thank you so much for always tuning in to the TP Masterclass live here on YouTube. And I'm so happy and grateful that each one of you is doing very, very well. You can go ahead to put in where you're tuning in from. I already know that there are some people tuning in from Benin and where else? Nigeria, and let me see. But yeah, put in where you're tuning in from. Uganda, we have Uganda, we have Nigeria. UAE. Hello, Justin. Another Uganda. Hello, everyone. Benin. We have someone from Benin. Dubai. From Ghana. Hello, Netherlands. I am very sorry that I'm not able to read the comments on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm sure wherever you're tuning in from, welcome to our TP Masterclass. I am very happy that you are here. And also, if this is your first time, I know some people put in that this is their first time joining the TP Masterclass. Welcome to the TP Masterclass, and I really hope that you receive the light that you have been missing for so long on today's episode. Oh, we also have someone from USA, Louisiana, USA, Houston, Texas, and Ghana, Lagos, UAE, South Africa, hello, Dubai, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. And also, because you're also new here, I would like for you to go on our YouTube channel and you will see a playlist with all the previous TP Masterclass. And where I would like for you to start from, is an episode called What is Really Trading Psychology. When you go on our YouTube channel, just click on the playlist and then you should see season 1 TP Masterclass and you will find this exact video with title What is Really Trading Psychology. This episode will help you understand why we are doing this and what this community is really about. And because we don't just talk about just trading here, we talk about all around transformation for your life. So, oh, we have Mary, my first time here, Ghana. Mary, because this is your first time, make sure that you really watch what is really trading psychology, as it will really help you understand what you have been missing for so long in your life. And then you can go ahead to watch all the other episodes that we have available for you to tune into. Okay. So if this is your first time joining us, really make sure that you go watch what is really trading psychology after this session that we are about to have, which is our 40th episode. We also have someone from, I don't know how to pronounce that word, Maduguri. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But if I'm mispronouncing it, sorry. Maduguri, Nigeria. Hello, we have people from Arizona, USA joining us too. And another thing that we are very consistent with for the past months, I don't remember when exactly we started, that from Monday to Friday, we post what we call the TP declaration. And on this post, I really, really, really would want you guys to not scroll past it. Every time you see it, I want you, every single one of you, to read it out loud. Speak it over your day before you enter any trade for that day, because the declaration is there to help you be able to align yourself with the financial market for that exact day, because we post fresh new ones from Monday to Friday. So expect 5 posts within a week from us. Right here on our community tab, you will see it right there. And another thing I want you guys to take a note of right now is to be mindful of your environment, because you are about to receive such information to help you in your transformation, regardless whether it's trading psychology or any transformation that you are praying to God for, or whatever that you believe in. You are able to receive that here, right here on the TP Masterclass episode 40 with us. Okay, so make sure that you grab your notebook, your journal, your anything that you use to take notes. Make sure that you grab it right now, including your pen, your pencil, whatever you use, whether you use your phone to take notes. Make sure that you are also finding another way to stream. Okay, or just grab a notebook and a pen and just take notes. Is anything that's easier for you, just make sure that you do it so that you can really align yourself with the information that you are about to receive here right on the TV Masterclass. I want to give one quick reminder that this space that we have built for so many months right now, we built this place for healing, clarity, and truth. And if anyone in the comments is trolling or spreading distracting words or just not putting things that go align with what we believe in, we will remove you from our streaming. It's not anything personal against you. It's just this space is really for healing and clarity, and we don't want any confusion for our people, the TP family. So I don't want to talk for too long now. I'm gonna hand over the segment to the next section that we're about to have. So guys, please make sure that you stay tuned for more. Do not click off because we have so much coming for you. So thank you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
What is the TP family, and how do you become?
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind,
Hi guys, my name is David. I'm from Ghana. I'm currently in Dubai working as a security guy, a professional security. I want to take a moment to share a short testimony about how Mr. Cliff and the entire TP family has impacted my life and my trading journey as well. So before meeting him, I struggled a lot with emotional discipline, greed, event trading, impatient over trading, you can name it all. I've blown so many accounts, especially prop firms. Anytime I blow the account, that is where I get the confidence that I can do it. Go ahead, buy another one, and then I lost it. I lose it, I blow it again. It felt like no matter how much I knew about the chart or the strategy, my emotions always stood in the way of consistency. But through his teachings on trading psychology, I began to understand that trading or success in trading starts from within. Yeah. It's about mastering your mind before mastering the market. His guidance has helped me build the discipline and trade with confidence and clarity. I am very and genuinely grateful for his teachings and the transformation it's bringing, not only to trading, but to how I think and live each day. Thank you very much, Mr. Cliff, for everything and for being a blessing to me and to all of us, and for helping me grow into more discipline and a focused trader. And I also want to use this opportunity to thank my mentor, Mr. Kema, the highest. I don't have the words, but all I can say is that I'm very, very grateful for what he has given me. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. But I don't have the words, but all I can say is I'm very grateful. I thank you, Mr. Cliff. Thank you, Mr. Kema. Thank you very much. And I believe this is the beginning of my transformation. I'm not there yet, but I am becoming. Thank you, everyone.
What is the
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
All right. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? If you can hear me loud and clear, just make sure that you settle in. Just give me some couple of few. I just want you guys to settle into. As I said, we're going to be learning a lot. So just basically just settle in. We are going to go for one more 30 seconds of a break, which is, to listen to the Fix Your Mind, Fix Your Trading. And as soon as we back, make sure that you have already invited somebody, because this stream today, I want you to invite somebody to help somebody for this transformation. Please, let's just go back again and then just listen to the song again. Fix Your Mind, Fix Your Trading. We come back again and we go straight into it, okay?
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Cliff Cheqona, and I'm super happy and grateful that you guys are here with me today. Look, I'm super excited for every single thing that we are doing as a community, because this is not just my initiative. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me even the courage to start this whole entire initiative in the first place. But the vision is bigger than Cliff. And I've told you guys this several times. The vision is way bigger than Cliff. So because of that, before we end this stream today, this masterclass today, I have a very powerful announcement that I want you guys to hear it. So every single person, kindly just stay till the end. You want to be here for this announcement and the next level. So if you're asking, okay, Cliff, what is the goal? What is the level for this masterclass? I do have a goal. And I believe that this is the season after 40 episodes. Today is our 40th episode, by the way. So if you're watching me right now, just drop some words in the chat if you have been here from the beginning to the end. Or if you did started with us recently, but then you have been watching the masterclasses previously, also drop some words in the chat. I really appreciate you guys. When we started, we were not streaming on Instagram or Facebook. We're just only streaming on just YouTube. But today, as I'm talking to you, some of you guys are on Instagram. So Instagram people, hi. If you're on Facebook and listening to me, hi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be learning something very interesting today. But before we go on, I really want to make sure that there are a couple of few announcements I want to get out of the way. And then we can be able to take it up from there. So please, if you are on this stream right now and you have not liked the stream, kindly just like the stream so that we can be able to get this stream to a couple of few people, if you don't mind. Thank you. I'm gonna roll in some couple of few announcements, and then we will just get straight into today's masterclass. Okay. The first things first. First of all, I want to just say thank you to Shells. Again, you know what, guys? Let's just drop some number ones in the chat for the whole entire TP team. First of all, I want to thank the producer behind this masterclass. You guys can tell my hands are all up, yet things are switching up in here and there. So let's just say thank you to the whole TP team, from the producer to Shells, to Willis, to Kema, every single person who has been helping us to make sure we are on our 40th episode of this masterclass consistently, back to back. And the transformation, the testimonies is incredible. But as you guys already know, we started our offline tour, meaning our offline places. And you already know we did Dubai already, which was an interesting time with majority of the people that streamed online. Even though we didn't get a lot of people offline in Dubai, but it was an amazing with the people that came. And this season, we are going to be having the masterclass offline again. So we are going to be going to Ghana, as you guys already know, as we already said it. So we're going to bring the Ghana flyer on. If you are in Ghana and you have not registered yet, kindly please register, because you don't want to miss this. If you have not registered yet already, kindly please make sure that you do register by scanning the QR code right here. So this QR code will basically just give you a seat so that you can be able to make it to the Trading Psychology Masterclass live in Ghana on the 13th of December. And it's not only just the masterclass that is happening on the 13th of December, but I'm not going to spoil the show. I'm just going to leave it for just the for this event only. So if you're in Ghana and you are wondering, Cliff, when are we, the TP family members, going to be meeting? At the end of the day, here it is. On the 13th of December, we have the masterclass. So please, if you're in Ghana, scan this. If you also want to fly all the way to Ghana, why not? I think the community deserves that, all right? So you can also basically scan the QR code. But if you are not going to be coming live, you don't need to scan this QR code. You can just basically subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then it will come to you live. So I'm going to leave the last announcement to the last part of the end. But this season, I think something interesting happened. By the way, guys, forgive me. Let me honor some people. This community, we love each other. We appreciate each other. Even though we are traders, we have tried enough to make sure that there is no ego. So, okay, I wanted us to do some drum roll, but it's fine. It's already on the screen. So this season, not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 spotlight of the month in this community. These are the people that are going to get to win a giveaway from me. Let me just do a justice to what the spotlight means. So these are the people that have dedicated their time to keep on supporting this, channel, in comments, in likes. Some of people over here, they have commented over 100 comments on our videos, like literally. And so this spotlight of the month, I didn't choose them by name. YouTube themselves will, send us a spotlight of people who are supporting this brand and this team. And so this season, there was so much incredible comment from these individuals, and I didn't know how to just choose one. So I just told my team that, you know what, if we go broke, we go broke. We are just going to do a giveaway for all these 5 people. And so let's just drop some number ones in the chat. There you go. Let's just drop some number ones in the chat right now. Yep. So thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you so much, Nelson. Thank you so much, Curti, as always. Thank you, Omega and Luby FX. Thank you. On behalf of TP family, myself, Cliff Cheqona, I just want to say thank you so much for how much you guys are supporting this team here on YouTube. And also each and every single person out there that you are supporting us, but I don't see it. You already know. I know you guys. I can start throwing all shout outs currently right now, but we're going to do that. We're going to leave that to the last, masterclass for this year is when we're going to say thank you to a lot of people by names. They know by themselves how much they have been there for me. So guys, the last announcement, I'm going to leave it to the last point. But with that all being said, let's move on to today's masterclass. All right. If you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. If you are ready to learn, I'm ready to teach. Okay? Listen, guys, there comes a time in every man's life. There is something I always used to say to the community every single time. I always used to tell them that when it comes to you as a person, as an individual, you need to be able to understand that your growth is highly dependent on your own responsibility. You see, when we talk about the word responsibility, and if you break it down, you will have what we call the ability. Just hold on for a second. Let me explain something to you guys for a second right now. Let me just quickly share my screen and we'll take it out from there. Watch this, guys. When you pick up the word respond and you pick up the word ability, it means that you, the individual, you have the ability to respond. So when it comes to your life and your transformation, it means you have the ability to respond to your transformation. You have the ability to respond to the things that will change your life. And I've also told you guys, if you pick up the word side, it simply means to kill. Okay? So if you pick up the word insecticide, all right, I'm going to put IN because I want to just rush and make sure we are done. If you put IN, insecticide, it means to kill an insects. If you pick pesticide, it means to kill a pest. And when you say decide, it means you said you're going to do whatever it takes, and nothing is going to stop you. Everything else that is going to stop you from becoming must die. Now, I want you guys to listen to this right now here. Watch this for me, please. Look, the reality is sometimes a lot of people don't understand how we need to be able to become intentional about our becoming. There's a very beautiful story that I always use for the analogy for people to understand. If you pick up the bird eagle, you see the bird eagle has the ability to transform itself after a period of some years. So let's say, for example, the eagle gets to 40 years. It becomes very heavy and very wary in flying because the feathers becomes very heavy. The claws become very heavy. The beak becomes very heavy because it has grown. Now, the bird eagle, or the eagle, let me not even add a bird, the eagle, it has the ability to be transformed to become another renewed version of itself. But it has a choice. It has the ability to respond to that transformation. It can choose to stay on the ground and get preyed on and die, or it could decide to fly to the highest top of the mountain nearby him, or it, let me put it that way, and it will go through a transformation period that could last approximately 150 days. Now, watch this. When that eagle decides to fly to the top of the mountain, it's not easy. It's going to feel pains because it's heavy. So it's no more going to flap its wings like it used to anymore. It is very heavy. But here's the case where the eagle must be ready to fly to the highest top of the mountain. Now, when the eagle gets to the mountain, it has to stay there by breaking the beaks and plucking the claws and plucking the feathers off so that it can wait and go through the 150 days for a new feathers and a new claws and a new beak to grow out again. But my God, when that eagle chooses to go through that transformation and it flies back again into that same atmosphere, the eagle that flew when he was heavy and weary and tired is not the same eagle that is coming back down again. This is how I want you to see yourself in this next couple of few weeks or years that you are spending time in this community. That just like the eagle, you are weary when you came here. Many people on this masterclass, when you found this channel, you were tired. Some of you almost gave up. I can assure you, I have people that sometimes messages me. And in those days, I thought those messages was not fair on me. That people would message me and say, Cliff, I'm tired. I want to end my own things. I want to unlife myself, whatever, whatnot. It was so devastating for me. So many people on this channel found this channel when you were tired. You found this channel when you were weary. But then if you decide, if you respond, if that ability to respond, if you decide and if you kill every negative thought, if you kill every distractions, if you decide to kill the things that will stop you from becoming, I can assure you, after a period of time, you will not find the old you again. Wherever you are right now, I want us to bring our audio up a little bit, and I want you to declare this after me and say, I go forward. Wherever you are right now, I want you to tell yourself that you go forward. That yes, maybe it's possible that last week something happened to you and you're almost about to quit right now. But it's possible that, look, you are like, man, my God, is this going to even work for me? Like, man, I want to just move out from my house. As a trader, I've seen people making it. As a trader, look, I've seen people sharing results. I've seen people using the exact same strategy that we all learned from the same exact mentor. But why is it that for some weird reason, only just it's not working for me? Even I'm so serious than this individual. But today you have the ability to respond. These master classes are not just a place where you come to just only listen to abstract concepts. And when you come here, I want something to uplift in your soul, just like the eagle. But listen, if I perish, I perish. If I perish, I perish. Let's bring the audio down a little bit. We're going to declare still, but I want you to listen to me carefully now. This is not my topic for today, but watch this right now. Listen to me, guys. Listen. Wherever you are, listen to me carefully now. We're going to bring the audio back again, and I want us to declare, but first of all, I want you to listen. Listen to me carefully, please, wherever you are, listen. I was having a conversation with one of the individuals that I have so much love for this individual because he loved this community so much. And something happened to his trading last week. And when he called me, he was like, Cliff. I called him. He's left me a voice note. I'm sure hopefully he's following by now. He left me a voice note. So I was very busy. So I called him back and I listened to the voice and I called him back. And I was like, I understand what you're saying, but listen to me carefully now, guys. The advice I gave him, I want to give every single person here now. Listen to me, please. It's not every single thing in life that is negative just because it didn't go the way you wanted. Did you hear what I just said? It's not everything in life that is negative just because it didn't go the way you wanted. So there is something I call, I will not, this is not my topic for today, but I'm praying and I'm hoping that that message will be cooked well so that I will deliver it here. I will call that topic the psychology of breakthrough. You see, watch this. There are many people listening to me right now that they can trade. They can do any other businesses. They can do many things, and they will go, and they will find themselves coming back. Go, and they will find themselves coming back because there is a resistance. Now, that resistance over there, many things can create that wall of resistance. It can be fear. It can be a thermostat that you have not wired beyond your current state. It can be self-sabotage. It can be so many different things. But there is truly something called the psychology of breakthrough, that there is a mindset, individuals who have been able to create the life they want. They got to the same level you are in, but there was a mindset that needed to birth out for them to be able to become the people they desire. And that mindset, truly, I'm about to give you the name of that mindset. It is one of the most dangerous and beautiful, powerful mindsets in this world. It has made some people, it has also broken some people. It's called the mindset of if I perish, I perish. Listen, guys, I understand. 0.01 as a trader truly does not change life. Truly, it doesn't change life. The lot size itself, not talking about the mindset of risking well, the lot size specifically as a technical order, it doesn't change life. So at some point in your life, in order for you to make a specific type of money, there is a risk you must be willing to take. But that risk you are going to want to take, it doesn't mean the outcome must end up in positive. And it doesn't also mean the outcome will be negative. But there is a mindset you need to have to be able to break through. You see, a lot of people think when you talk about breakthrough, a lot of people think that breakthrough simply means you are going to go through it, and when you now come out, it's called breakthrough. No, breakthrough means the break first, then the through. Break through. That means the ability to break through a certain limit. It takes capacity. It takes the ability for you to have the mindset of, if I perish, I perish. I don't know any single person here in this industry, whether the person is Jim Simmons, whether the person is Ray Dalio, whether the person is any other trader you know, Dan Loeb or whatever. If you ask them, or whoever your mentor is, there was at some point you needed the if I perish mindset. However, it is not something you do because you desire. It's something you do when you are ready. How do you know you are ready? You will know when you are ready by your actions, your behavior, and the peace you find in your heart and say, this is it. If I perish, I'll perish. Meaning that if I jump, I know I can go down, but I will jump. Ladies and gentlemen, at some point in every single person's life, everyone gets there. Some people, the breakthrough you need, the side effect of whether it goes well or not, it will cost you relationship. Some people, it will cost you money. Some people, it will cost you some level of some shame, quote unquote, but it's not any shame that will last, because failing is not a shameful act. It's you understanding it didn't work and you have to learn again. But everybody gets to this part. So it's not every single thing that you do that it doesn't go well simply means there is something negative. Sometimes you have reached the point of what we call the breakthrough limits. But unfortunately, mindset-wise, you are not ready yet. When you are not ready, don't for yourself. But when you get ready, my God, bring the sound back again. When you are ready, if it's this season, if you were ready last week and you are ready, that is when you stand up and say, you know what? Being broke is hard. Becoming successful is hard. I will sit up. I will learn. I will have the mindset of transformation. I have tried the things that didn't work before, but now I'm about to do something else. Ladies and gentlemen, on this masterclass, we have been teaching powerful lessons. If you listen to them carefully, they will change your life. So if you're ready to listen to this right now, I want you to tell yourself that I go forward. I go forward. Enough is enough. I go forward. Single mom, I go forward. 9-to-5 worker who is tired of his work and you want freedom for your family and yourself, I go forward. That student who doesn't even know how he's going to pay his school fees, but he knows that if he keep on putting in the effort to learn this skill, to be able to keep on transforming their life, tell yourself you go forward. That person who is weary as a father, who is wondering, how am I going to take my family from a place of lack and scarcity to a place of abundance? Tell yourself I go forward. Because the same energy it takes to be negative is the same energy it takes to be positive. I go forward. Coach, mentor, I go forward. That you know that you want to do more, but something may have happened to your life right now, and it seems that you are stuck. You go forward. It is more than just a sentence. Declare to yourself, I go forward. Enough is enough. Yes, there are insecurities everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. Everybody seems they are making it. No problem. Forget about it. Leave them. Declare to yourself that you go forward. That as you have come to this masterclass, truly, your life will not remain the same again about the knowledge you're about to hear today. All right, I'm ready to teach. If you're ready to learn, let's go into it today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring the sound down. Worship it. Today, I want you to be very, very attentive because we're about to learn something very important. Before I introduce my topic for today, wherever you are right now, whether Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, please drop some ones in the chat if you're ready for me. I'm ready to teach. After 40 episodes, if this is not the place for you, don't waste your time. After 40 good episodes, if the TP Masterclass is not the place for you, don't waste your time. But wait, if you wait till the end, I'm about to share another announcement that is going to transform this masterclass. Today's topic, I want you guys to understand something about the brain. You see, the human brain that we know it, the number one assignments, I've seen a lot of comments. Thank you so much, guys, that you are being very responsive. We go forward this season. We go forward this season. We go forward this season. This season, we go forward. The same energy it takes to stay broke is the same energy it takes to become successful. Choose one. What you think? You think poverty is by default? Do you know the energy it takes to be poor? It takes complaining. It takes whining. It takes friends that drain your energy. It takes lack of effort. Do you know how? Yes, you have not thought about it, have you? The same energy it takes to remain poor, broke, is the same energy it takes to become successful. Choose one. You see, the number one assignment of your brain is not to make you successful. Please write it down. The number one assignment of your brain is not to make you successful. The number one assignment of your brain is not to make you successful. The number one assignment of your brain is to keep you safe. That is the number one assignment of your brain. The number one assignment of your brain is to keep you safe. That means your brain doesn't see an opportunity and go like, oh my God, this opportunity can make me rich. It's like, oh, no. Your brain doesn't do that. Your brain goes like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. In most cases, there is a possibility it is. So your brain, the number one job of your brain is not to make you successful, is to keep you safe. So every single thing it does, you need to understand, even the things we call negative thoughts, is a defensive mechanism of your brain telling you that at the end of the day, listen, I know that you want to do this, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to basically do it, because if I do it, what if you lose the money like the last time? So even though it takes risk to become successful in trading, in whatever, your brain will protect you from the last event it didn't trust. Are you guys with me? Good. So that is the first thing I want you to write it down. I want you to write, you can basically start it. You can start it and say, my brain, the number one job to do is to keep me safe. Write it down. The number one job that you have in your brain is to keep you safe. It's very, very, very important that you understand this. Are you guys with me? The number one job of your brain is to keep you safe. Good. Now let's talk. The next thing I want you guys to understand is this. Before I came onto this class, I was just thinking, where do I start this masterclass from? Because if you guys have realized, there are many things that we teach. If this is your first time you are joining this masterclass, there are many things that I teach. Please make sure you are paying attention and you're listening, you're writing, okay? Please. It's okay. All the whole put number ones in the chat, I'm going to pause for now. I want you to listen. It's very important to me that you get this concept. Watch this. You see, you need to be able to understand that the way I teach, it is very strategic. It's ordered by divine. And every single week, I'm trusting God to make sure the information I get that I teach here, if it is not something I have experienced, it's very hard for me to teach. In experience, in light bulb moment of a conviction and discernment, I can't teach it. And so when I'm teaching you something, there are three things you should always be ready for. Number one, timing. Number two, light bulb moment. And number three, it has to uplift something within you to know that something will change. These are the three things that you always need to pay attention when you're listening to my teachings, by the grace of God. Does that make sense? Okay. So when I was coming to this masterclass, I told myself and I said, God, I don't feel it. It's not ready yet. Until I realized one of the things that I want to tell you guys today is this. There are something that I call the defensive strategies of the brain. I call that the brain's, or I'm going to call it the BDS. The BDS. I call that the brain's defensive strategies. The brain's defensive strategies. There are several ones of them. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I'm not going to go through a lot of them, but I'm going to give you an example of how your brain defends you from life, from movement, and from situations. Then after we are done, I will now introduce my topic. Okay, so stay with me. The first defensive strategy the brain uses is what we call denial. Are you guys with me? Please write it down. is called denial. It's called denial. By the way, if you are watching this masterclass from YouTube as a replay, if you see me watching here, it's because I'm looking into the comments to make sure people are getting me and so on and so forth. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. The first one is called denial. Okay. The first one is called denial. You see, denial is a rejection mindset. It's when a painful truth is rejected just so that you can be able to reduce emotional shock. So normally, let's say, I'm going to use a relationship as an example. Let's say somebody doesn't really like you and a friend of yours has realized that they don't like you, and the friend tells you that, hey, this woman you want to spend the rest of your life with is not really into you. Maybe because of the way you are emotionally attached to this individual, you will reject that truth just so that you will be able to avoid the emotional shock. But it doesn't mean that it's not true. So just like the video I posted with Ronald on our YouTube channel, he blew 200 props account, and I thought it was insane, but it's actually true, and that is, one thing I love about Ronald is that he always is smiling. I don't know if Ronald is following me now. Ronald, if you are following on this masterclass, just drop some ones in the chat so I will know that you are there. But if you are not, if you are watching this, just comment on it as well. But anyways, one thing I love about Ronald is that he's always smiling. If Ronald drops some number ones in the chat, can you please bring him up a little bit? Let me see if he did. Okay, so one of the things that you need to understand is that he is always smiling. Ronald is always smiling as an individual. And I was just wondering why he's always smiling. So I asked him that question, but I will not go into much details today. But at the end of the day, the reality is, okay, so Ronald is here. Okay, guys. Ronald, hi, how are you? Okay, good. So thank you so much always for tuning in. I appreciate you, Ronald, for always being serious for the TP family. So that video is on the YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to actually go learn more about what we discussed. And he's always smiling, and I love that about him. He's not ready to quit. He's ready to keep on going, and I know for sure sooner or later he will get every single result he's looking for. But the answer is that when I told him that he was being denial, he took it by the chin, because I was like, yeah, I think I'm actually being denial here, because I didn't accept the truth that I didn't really know what I was doing then, and I needed to understand what was going on. So rejecting the truth does not change the truth. And spending too much time and years in an error does not necessarily make it the truth. So denial is one way that your brain protects you from truth that can shock you. And as an example, let's say, for example, you are having a bad day in trading and you are losing. Instead of you understanding there is a reason based on the confluence of the edge that you have, basically the edge you have, maybe you miss your own confluences, maybe that you don't want to accept that, so you will call that bad luck, bad day, the news, yada, yada, yada. As a trader, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in denial ever. Always look at you as the problem first, before the news, before the market, before anything. Because the moment that you enter into a denial stage as a trader, it will cost you a lot of money before eventually you decide to learn from those mistakes. So number one, denial. Number two, projection. Projection. Number two, if you see a handwriting and it is not making sense to you, please don't judge me. I am a pharmacist. Please, okay? Let me just say it up front. I am a pharmacist. That is why you see I don't like writing on this masterclass. But today I have decided to write for you guys, so please just bear with me. If you see me just doing this, just try to let the Holy Spirit give you understanding. But I'm trying here, okay? Anyways, so projection. What is projection? You need to be able to understand that you're going to be pushing your emotions onto someone else. I'm sorry, but it's true. Some of the people that you are in some Telegram channel, some of the signals are not good. In fact, every signal is hard to even make you money in the long term anyways. Signals are meant to help to show you that trading works. But if you stay there for too long, you're going to start being like, oh my God, I'm in this Telegram channel and they're sending bad signals and bad signals. Projecting your mistakes to what? So that the person cannot be able to, so that you will not take the blame. So when something happens, instead of you saying, hey, I did it, I take full responsibility, it happens. For example, a beautiful, most universal, common story we all know is, even if you say that you don't believe in God, you know about the story of Adam and Eve, right? So when God came and said, who ate the fruit, quote unquote, paraphrasing, Adam said, I ate it, but it's not my fault, it's the woman. And the woman said, it's not me, it's a snake. So projection. They want to avoid what? Emotional entanglement with the situation, so they push it away. Now in trading, it reflects like the market hate me, the brokers are bad, the prop firm is wrong. Yeah, you already know that already. You already know that. You already know these prop firms are not for you. Even if somebody makes a withdrawal, you already know majority will make withdrawal. You already know that people are also getting spiked by you broke the rule and yada, yada, yada. So you projecting your emotions on them like as if they did you good and your life will change. You can actually also learn from that and change your life by not letting them hold you in that space of emotional shock. Are you with me? So projection, always be responsible. Remember, when I started this masterclass in the beginning, I said, you have the ability to respond. You have the ability to respond. Number 3, I call that rationalization. Number 3, being rational. Rationalization. This one, the way that, what are we discussing? Please stay with me. We are talking about the B here means the brain's defensive strategies. So your brain, remember, I told you that it is a way that it defends you. The goal is to protect you. The goal is to keep you safe. So all these things, it will come out as negative. All the way I'm saying it, it looks like negative, negative, negative. But your brain don't see it like that. It is the same way that a parent will protect their children and they end up not being able to grow up the way they were supposed to grow because they were afraid something will happen to them. So they became overprotective. Have you heard that before? That there are parents that we call them overprotective parents, to the point where they become so overprotective that their children grow up in such a way that they struggle to face life. Same thing with your brain. It's being overprotective because your brain wants to keep you safe. So these are the brain's defensive strategies it uses to keep you safe. But even though it's trying to keep you safe, it is the same thing that is keeping you away from success. The first one is denial. You trying to just say no to the truth so that you can avoid emotional shock. You projecting your mistakes on other people so that it will not make you feel those emotions that will make you feel shame, anger, and whatever whatnot. You rationalizing everything here is you making sure that you justify the mistakes just to feel in control. Look, all these things I'm telling you, I've been there. If you want to lie to yourself, it's up to you. If I was you, what I'll be doing right now is I'll be taking, I was like, yeah, man, like I like being denial. Yep. I like projecting. Yep. I like rationalizing things. Yep. Because you want to be, because remember, what are we studying? Psychology here. And so psychology is the study of your mind, your emotions, and your behavior. So when you come on this masterclass and you take your notepad or your book, you are not necessarily writing it for me to say that you are a good student. You are writing it for you to go study psychology. Does that make sense? Good. So if you know that you like being denial, take it. If you like projecting your problems on people, take it. If you like rationalizing things, take it. Because no matter, remember the anti-mindset. We've already studied that. I told you guys that these master classes, they are very structured. So we studied anti-mindset, things you will never accept again, so that it can push you to the things that you inspire to get. So all these things are things you don't need to entertain, even though they sound negative, but you need to learn first. Your brain is protecting you. So people who rationalize, what do? They justify their mistakes. Things like what? Oh, I over leveraged because the setup looked too good. I hear you, but that is not the reason. So if you say, oh man, the reason why I really over leveraged because I knew, you knew what, chief? You knew what? Right? You didn't know anything. You just felt like, man, I got a risk, man. I need this money. And I get it. That at some point you got to take the risk, but you got to take the responsibility too. You don't take the risk and push the responsibility away. So you take the risk, you take the responsibility, you learn from the mistake, you go forward. So if you next time when you say, I go forward, it's not a matter of motivation. It means you have accepted that you are going to be responsible for your life and you are going to learn from the mistakes you have made and you are going to go forward. Are you with me? Rationalization. Number 4, I have what I call here displacement. Number 4, I have what I call displacement. It's you redirecting your frustration to a safer outlet. For example, you are snapping at a loved one after you hit a stop loss. So maybe let's say you have a loved one after your stop losses, they come to you and be like, they see you, maybe they just care about you. They go like, oh man, how are you doing? You know, have you just I'm not in the mood. So it's called displacement, right? Instead of you being emotionally regulated so that you can be able to relate to other people, when you hit stop loss, it affects everybody in your house. No, chief, that is not emotional intelligence. That is displacement. But this attitude is not because you are bad. Remember, your brain is trying to protect you from the emotional entanglement you are in that moment. Number 5, is what I call regression. Okay, regression. Regression here is when you are returning to an old behavior when you are under stress. This one right here is very deep, because a lot of people, your own can be alcohol, your own can be, putting in some bad substances in your body. Some people is about watching adult content just to release stress. And the reason being is because they go back to the old habit, because the old habit feels safe. So your brain is like, listen, man, the trading is not working. You might as well just go watch this. Man, listen, man, you hit a bad stop loss today. Nobody cares about you. You know that already. People that don't even care about you. Just go back and watch that thing. Go back and pick that thing. So regression is a way your brain is trying to protect you from you being overwhelmed from the bad day you're going through. All right. So over trading is also one of them. If you're addicted to over trading, if you're addicted to, let's say, over leveraging or revenge trading, anytime that you're having a bad day, that is what it will get triggered. Okay. And then I have what I call, if you guys have had this already, I'm going to just bring up another page so that we can be able to get it from there. The next one is what I call avoidance. Number 6 is avoidance. Number 6 is avoidance. It's when you are dodging anything that triggers fear. Avoidance normally is associated with fear. And you know this already if you are a TP family member and you have been following this transformation masterclass over and over again. You will know that anytime we talk about fear, it's connected to the part of your brain that we call the amygdala. Okay, the amygdala, the part responsible for connecting you to the senses that makes you lead to be and say, hey, I'm afraid. So avoidance, people avoid things because they are afraid. They avoid to talk to people because they are afraid of what they will say. They avoid to go. So for example, before I go on to this run, I want to talk to somebody right here. When you are starting to learn how to trade, please stay away from taking people's money to trade for them. Are you here? Are you guys listening to me, please? I don't know who needs to hear this, but when you start learning how to trade in the beginning, stay away from other people's money. There are many people here, they would have been free by now. Believe me, what I'm telling you is from an experience. Stay away from other people's money until you have your own money you can spare. Even if it's $100 and it's your own, you will make more money peacefully than taking other people's money in the beginning when you are not a hedge fund or a portfolio manager professionally. Are you with me? Please. A lot of people right now are stuck in that bird trap because they have to pay back somebody they told they can multiply their money for them. And now they are stuck. I just thought I just needed to say this. Avoidance. Let's get back to business. You are dodging things because you are afraid. Then how does it look like? You are refusing to review your trading, your trades. You don't want to journal anymore because if you journal, it's going to look like, hey, man, I'm a bad trader. Then the last one is what we call the self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is basically you destroying the progress to stay emotionally safe. That is it. When we talk about self-sabotage, is you destroying your progress, your own progress. You have decided that you will destroy it. It's not your fault because your brain does not like the new results you are getting. It's a wiring, ladies and gentlemen. So you will destroy your own progress just so that you can stay emotionally safe. How does that happen? You break your own rules just when consistency begins. People who have the habit and the behavior of self-sabotaging, they mostly start losing when they are having a good week. And these things, they happen in different things. Self-sabotage is the last defensive strategy in your brain. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready for my topic today, kindly just drop some number ones in the chat and let's take it out from there. If you are ready for my topic today, kindly just drop number ones in the chat and let's take it out from there. Are you guys ready? Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. My topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, I titled it The Psychology of Self-Sabotage. The psychology of self-sabotage. If we can bring just me up on the screen, please. Okay, I'm on. The psychology of self-sabotage. The psychology of self-sabotage. Are you ready to learn? The psychology of self-sabotage. Oh my God, this topic will deliver some people. Like, we are going to study the mind and why. Why is it that, man, I know I deserve this thing, but why? Why am I still giving the profit back to the market? Chief, why is it that you know you deserve this result, but for some weird reason, I know I'm being dramatic. Leave me. Let me do this today. Because you need to see self-sabotaging. My God. If you understand the topic you're about to learn today, the psychology of self-sabotage, you will understand that, listen, when it comes to the mindset, don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. You need to know why these things happen. Okay. The psychology of self-sabotage. I want to talk about that. So now that you have been able to understand that the brain has a defensive strategy. We have talked about denial. We have talked about what? Projection, rationalization, displacement, regression, avoidance, and number 7 is self-sabotage. So I am picking only just the self-sabotage part, and then we now break it down. All right, let's go. You see, let's talk about it scientifically here. The scientific emotional study of how and why the human mind creates internal resistance. For me, at some point, I was very scared about if ever somebody can be free from this behavior. Because I am, and I could have been forever being under this influence my whole life. I had to intentionally program my mind to believe I deserve more. Wherever you are, and ladies and gentlemen, declare to yourself that you deserve more. Listen, you deserve more. Whether you are from Uganda, it doesn't matter whatever family you came from. Even if the family you came from, it looks like a Steve, nobody has become a CEO. No problem. You deserve more, chief. It doesn't matter even if all the people around you doesn't believe in you. You deserve more. Listen, until you are able to tell yourself you deserve more, it will look like as if things is always never going your way. There are people, they can actually start a business and somebody will tell them they will invest in them. The moment they go home, before they could realize, their mind is saying, even this person, is it true? Chief, you deserve more. Wherever you are right now, dear trader, you deserve more. Listen, remember, trading psychology is beyond an abstract concept. When I tell you to tell yourself you deserve more and you keep quiet, your mind is recording that as a disbelief. And when your mind believes you don't deserve more, it will only attract the things emotionally you are connected to. So when I tell you in the next couple of few seconds, tell yourself you deserve more. You deserve more. You deserve more. You deserve more. You too, you deserve more. No, chief, that place you always tell yourself, this place is not for people like us. No, don't say that anymore. You deserve more. You deserve more. Are you with me? Declare to yourself you deserve more. We are about to go into, let's learn now. Let's go into the lesson. I don't want to take much of your time today, but just you deserve more. You deserve it. You deserve to hear me say you deserve more. Did you hear that? You deserve more. Okay? You deserve more. All right. Let's go on. Watch this. The first thing I want you guys to understand is this. In order for you to be able to understand what we're about to talk about here today, you need to understand that your human mind creates internal resistance against its own growth. Let me write something down here. Your human mind. Do you know what it does? It creates resistance against, so let's say this is a resistance. against growth. So anytime that you want to grow, your human mind has a resistance that stops you from growing. Why? Because the way you're going to understand why. I'm not going to leave you hanging today. So the purpose of that, you need to be able to understand what we're about to learn, is for you to be able to understand the mental, emotional, and the behavioral processes that causes a person to do one of the things I'm about to mention here. Number one, to be able to work against their own goals. Oh, but Cliff, how is that possible? Chief, you don't know self-sabotage. When your mind creates a defensive system, you know, the funny thing that you need to be able to understand is that back in the days, long time ago, the word sabotage literally came from a French word. And what it meant was, during those days, when they wanted to stop a train, you know, during the days where people were fighting and whatever or not, they would not throw something. I don't know if it was a shoe or whatever. They would throw it into the train, and it will lock the train. It will stop the train from moving. It will go into the thing that makes the train to be able to run, and it will stop it from moving. So it was called, I think, sabots. So sabotage is when something internally stops something from working. So you need to understand that it is an internal thing. You are working against your own. It's called the enemy within. Self-sabotage is called an enemy within. This same strategy was used by many armies, soldiers back in the days, whereby they would send, I don't know if you watched a movie before, they will send somebody into the camp of the enemy, and they will pretend they are their friends, and then they will work against them. So enemy within, the fifth column, enemy within. So the goal of self-sabotage, so while I'm trying to let you understand something here, that you need to understand the purpose of why we're about to study this. So the first thing I want you to understand is this: you are about to study the mental. Let me first of all clean this. You're about to first of all understand the mental. Okay, number one, the mental. What else? You're going to understand the emotional, and then the behavior of what? You, the person, the process it goes through before self-sabotage happens. So number one, this process, it causes you, the person, for you to work against your own goals. Number two, what does it do? It makes you retreat. It makes you retreat. It makes you retreat when progress begins. When progress begins. And number three, it protects you. It protects basically old identities. It protects old identities even when they are sort of basically, destroying you, and you are trying to desire new ones. So it protects the old identities even when you desire new ones. So new, let me just put new. Does that make sense? So this is what we are about to study right now. All right, so just bring me up on the screen if you don't mind. So you need to be able to understand that when we talk about psychology, I hope you guys have understood this over and over again. Whether you are a trader, you are an athlete, right now you understand that this masterclass goes beyond just for trading. You can use it in your trading, and you can use it in your personal life. Why? Because the strategy here is simple. Your trading life and your actual life, they mirror each other. So if you're able to fix your actual life and your actual behavior, it reflects in your trading life. I always tell people that if you are blowing an account, the account is not the only thing you are blowing. If we look into your life, we will see many things you are blowing. So if you're able to fix your life in yourself up, you will be able to fix your trading life. That is how it works. So it's not just for trading, but I'm speaking to majority of you guys anyways. The purpose of studying your mind and why self-sabotage is within it is because I wrote down here 5 things. When we study the psychology of self-sabotage, we are basically trying to answer 5 deep questions. Every single time that we study self-sabotage, we are trying to, as psychology of self-sabotage, we are trying to basically answer 5 deep questions. 5. Okay? The number 1, the origin. Where did it come from? Because it has a root. If something doesn't have a root, is that it's not strong enough to cause a change. Quote me. This one is my own. Don't go and say I read it from any book. It's mine. You will not find it on Google. Quote me. It just descend right now. Anything that doesn't have a root is not strong enough to cause a change. So if it is causing a change in your life, then it means that it has an origin. It came from somewhere. So when we say we are studying the psychology of self-sabotage, we are trying to answer 5 deep psychological questions here. Number 1, what is the origin? What is the origin? Number 2, the mechanism. You can never talk about science without talking about mechanism. All right. You have heard me say this before, that you don't speak on paracetamol and say, paracetamol, when you go into my body, heal me from pain. The paracetamol, what we call the mechanism of action. It knows what to do in your body. So when we say something has a mechanism structure, it means that it is systemized in a way that it will do what it has to do based on the systems. If you take it into spiritual way, we will call it an altar. When you launch an altar, that is it. You know, village people, they will understand. Anyways, so number 1, origin. Number 2, mechanism. Then number 3, what are we trying to understand here? We are trying to understand the protective logic. That you need to, we will talk about this, don't worry, so that you will know what you're about to study. So I said I'm about to teach you on the psychology of self-sabotage. So what this simply means that we're about to study why your mind behaves the way it behaves. But in order for you to understand all of this, you need to know where your self-sabotage is coming from. You need to know the mechanism. You need to know the logic behind it. Because the reason why, because listen, even though your brain is a defensive mechanism tool, it doesn't mean that it does things. You see, have you ever heard this saying before that you cannot advise 2 people, the person in love, a guy, not a person, a guy. You can't advise a guy who is in love. Let me just only talk to the guys. I don't want the ladies to be angry with me, because we don't have a lot of females in TP family anyways. The little that we have, I don't want to get them angry. But the guys, listen to me. You can't advise a guy who is in love, and you can't advise a guy who is in a drawdown. These 2 types of people, you can't advise them. In my community, I can't advise those ones. If the person come and say, Cliff, I am in love, I need to stay away. And if the person comes and say, Cliff, I'm in a drawdown, even if I tell them close, they'll be like, but I think, Cliff, it will go up. Okay, Chief, I hear you. Okay, so what I'm trying to basically say is that you need to understand your brain doesn't do anything without it being logical. No. That is why it is easy to be denial. Because when you are being denial, it doesn't mean that you are like, hey, I'm a denial individual. No, it means your brain has found a protective logic and it has connected it to a meaning to push the truth away. So we need to understand how it was able to form that logic. You are with me now? Then number 4, after we have understand the origin, the mechanism, and the protective logic, the next thing is to understand the patterns. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot study a behavior without a pattern. The reason why we call it a behavior is because it has a pattern. The number 5, the last one, is we are going to learn healing and transformation. The sole purpose of learning anything psychologically is to lead to healing. You need to heal. That is why I told you, declare, I deserve more. It's a healing statement. It's a healing statement. So imagine you come to me and tell me, Cliff, my head is aching and I give you Panadol and say, I will not take it. That is what you're doing now. If I tell you, declare to yourself that I deserve more, it's a healing statement. Okay? It's not motivation. It's healing. It means that you want to tell yourself to the point where you believe it. It's so clear. But then I said it to myself that I deserve more, but I don't feel it. If you take medication today, does your malaria goes away the same day? No. So why do you think that when you tell yourself I'm great, in 1 hour you become great? You need to understand everything is a mechanism. Anyway, so healing and transformation is the last one. So number 1, we're going to be studying the origin of the self-sabotaging. We're going to be studying the mechanism, the protective logic, the patterns, the healing and transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into multiple note taking. So please make sure that you are ready to listen to me. Okay, let's start from here. How is it formed? How is it formed? How is it formed? How is self-sabotage formed? It doesn't just appear. It doesn't just come by. They were formed. That's why I said it has a root. It has an origin. So the first thing that you need to be able to understand is that when you were a child, right? When you are a baby, a child, or whatever, our brain only wants two things. As a child, I have two dogs, Zane and Mantle. They are not human beings, but even with them, they want the exact same these two things I'm about to mention to you, especially the little one. And these two things are the things that as a child, you are always looking for. Two things. Number one, acceptance. It doesn't matter how far you grow. These are the two things every single child is looking for: acceptance and safety. They don't need to say it. That is what their brain is looking for: acceptance and safety. So that is why if you are being bold or expressive and then they punish you or they reject you, your subconscious mind recall that as one rule: it's safer to shrink. So a lot of us, me growing up, I remember back then when I was in school, I would cook any lie. Back in the days, I remember, because if I go and I tell my grandmother the truth of why I need money, she won't give me. So I have to cook the lie. And I didn't learn how to cook the lie because I came with lies. I learned how to cook it because they taught me from the house. They would tell you things like, go and tell Auntie Mavis or Auntie whoever that I am not, that your grandma said she's not there. So as a child, I will go and say, oh, Auntie Mavis, grandma said she's not there. Now the auntie will be like, grandma said she's not there. So that means grandma is there. And I said, no, I mean, she's not there. And as a child, they know you are lying. But that line doesn't project on you. It projects on grandma, but woe unto you. If your inability to lie causes grandma to become embarrassed, grandma will now project your inability to be skilled in lying by, you know what I mean? You already know Ghanaians, guy, Nigerians, you already know West Africans, you already know how it goes, So as a child, here is the case where you didn't come into this earth lying, but society trained you. So now when you grew up, you know that sometimes lying does not mean that you are bad. It just means that I don't want to disappoint my parents, so I'm going to cook it and I'm going to just give it back to them. So you will now before you can realize, the same child that lying was that grace, or if it's not, I hope it's not a grace, but that lying, entered them. They now became, your president. So before you can realize, same thing. They are protecting you, from your money in the country. That is what it is. It's not like they are chopping your money. It's that they need to protect you from money. You know what I mean? Same thing, chief. Same thing. Let the ears, those who have ears, hear what I'm saying. But you understand what I'm saying, right? So as a child, you are looking for these two things: acceptance and safety. So you need to be able to understand when you do something. Let's say, for example, a person comes into your house, and the person is talking to your parents, and you know what they are saying, and you express yourself because you put your parent or your family member in a place of embarrassment by making them feel they don't know what they are talking about. They will shout at you and say, keep quiet, you stubborn child. So next time when something is even there and you can basically say it, you end up keeping quiet. Why? Because you are afraid it will cause a backlash of keep quiet. If you guys are learning, drop some ones in the chat. Are you guys with me now? So we are cooking the origin to expose. We are putting fire. Today you are going to go back into your life and start to think the things that really came onto you when you were growing up. So the first origin, let's go into the first origin, is your childhood. The first origin is your childhood. So as I'm basically telling you, let's say, for example, when you were growing up, even when I use myself as an example all the time, when I was not feeling well, I will always get the things I want. So it's like, Cliff, are you okay? No, they didn't call me Cliff. Junior, how are you? And I'm like, I'm not fine, but I am fine. Because I know if I say I'm fine, I will not get the tea and the bread and the egg. I will not get the fried rice and chicken. And those days, if you had fried rice and chicken in your house, you are rich, right? So I have to lie and get the fried rice and chicken, right, Chief? So, Junior, are you okay? No, I'm okay. I'm okay. So then I know. So I loved victimizing my situation. I grew up with it, whereby it was like I always wanted people to make me feel like, no. But I grew up with it, by the way. And it became very sad for me when at some point, when I started becoming a businessman and, building networks of sales back in the days, one thing that I realized was that I was still meeting businessmen, meeting investors. And instead of me telling them the business plan, I was telling them how sad and how bad my life was and yada, yada, yada. And I realized that, investors don't like that, especially investors who are very spot on. They don't like that. They want you to go straight to the point. Do you have a business idea or not? So I realized that when I actually started going deeper and deeper, and I started, going through my whole entire science transformation conversation with myself and, learning and so on and so forth, I realized that, man, clearly this was a wiring of playing the victim card all the time. So that was my example. I don't know what yours is, but while you are thinking and meditating upon this, write it down and say, no wonder me to this X, Y, Z, and so on and so forth. Are you with me? So your childhood, that was it. So each time you stayed quiet or you received peace or you received praise, it created something in your mind. So as a child, sometimes being able to make it look like you don't have was a way that your family felt safe. So if, let's say, for example, you see something you really like and you're like, oh my God, I really wish I can get this. And maybe your father or your mom goes, are you normal? This expensive thing. So it makes you feel like living small is safety. Living small is safety. So all the time you find yourself in a small thinking, small life. You cannot even desire big things anymore because smallness feels safety. Are you with me? So your childhood now taught your subconscious what kind of person is safe to be. Are you with me? And that's what keeps you becoming. So when we tell somebody, I am becoming, yes, you are. The question is what? So if your childhood shaped you in order for you to always feel safe by doing small things, by keeping quiet, whether in class or whatever, this will create a pattern in your life. Okay. Number 2 is emotional memory. Emotional memory. So number 2 is emotional memory, the pain that lasts longer than progress. Sorry, you see, most African home, and I don't know about the West a lot, even though I've lived in Europe and I'm in Dubai and so on and so forth, but I'm not in the homes of many people originally from the location for real. So I cannot really tell and justify and generalize it. That's not a good way of talking. But I can tell a slight difference between different things and so on and so forth. So I'll tell you something for sure. The traders in the United States is definitely different from a trader in Ghana. Not from the standpoint of good or bad. Traders in South Africa, they are different. They go full margin. No offense if my South African people are here. I'm not trying to throw a shade, but they got confidence. They go full margin. So when you see the South African traders, they go, man, full margin. They go full margin. All right. So everybody is different. All right. Every country you will find out that if one day we'll talk about the psychology in different regions, maybe, but you could see that everybody is different. The male psychology is different from the female psychology in terms of trading. But you need to understand that there is a way that your life gets stuck when you connect it to pain. But you need to know that pain lasts longer than progress. So this is the most saddest part. Watch this right now, guys. You see, if you come from a home whereby you never had the opportunity to get the things you do celebrated, you are in trouble. What that simply means is that every single time you do something good, that there is no celebration to it. There are some people, as soon as they graduate from school, the next thing is, so how are we even going to pay your next school fees? It's not about congratulations. But if you fail, they remember you're failing, right? But if you did well, you'll be like, oh, good, but how are we going to pay your school fees? So, but then the pain of how you failed, when you failed, will always last longer than your progress. So pain lasts longer than progress. That is why emotional memory is dangerous. But remember, I've told you guys this. We have something called the amygdala. The amygdala is like a bean shape. It's a bean shape. It's at the back of your head. It's a bean shape. So the amygdala, which is your emotional alarm system, okay, the amygdala, which is your emotional alarm system, what does it do? The goal of the amygdala is to be able to remember, guys, please, if you are listening to me, make sure that you connect all the patterns and stay with me. Remember, I told you that your brain is a defensive mechanism. So that means it wants to protect you. So the amygdala, the job of the amygdala is to sound an alarm when there is danger. Are you guys with me? Okay, so the goal of the amygdala is to make sure avoid pain, avoid pain, avoid pain. So if you went through life in a way where every single thing you went through in life has an emotional pain, it reminds you, the amygdala is trained to be one of the most loudest alarm in your head. Loudest. So it will always tell you avoid pain, avoid pain. What are we discussing? The origin, why there is self-sabotage in your life. Number one is because of your childhood. The way you grew up matters. Don't worry, you're going to talk about how you're going to come out of it. Number two is emotional memory. Number three is identity protection. Identity protection. This is where the mind defends who you believe you are. So now, after you have grown up a little bit and you understand who you are, you have lived a certain kind of life. So now you are living according to the story you tell yourself. That story has now created your dome, where you are the king inside, right? So your mind has created its own dome, and you are now the king in your dome, so in your kingdom, right? So at the end of the day, you need to be able to understand this, that you have an identity in your own kingdom as a king, right? So the reality is that there is an identity protection here. And when it comes to identity protection, the goal is simple. It wants to defend who you believe you are. So if your identity says, I am always the one who struggles, then your identity will now always make sure if you have something that doesn't look like struggle, it will do anything to make sure it attracts struggling. Oh my God. Did you get what I just said? There are people right now that you are listening to me. Because you have embraced and you have accepted stress. You have been stressed for so long that now you have what we call chronic stress. So every single time you are doing anything in life and there is no stress involved, you don't feel like it is worth doing. You need to go and find stress, bring it into the situation and say, finally, now I'm doing something. So when people now see you, there was something that when I traveled in the beginning, my first time, I used to do something a lot. It's like, I don't know, maybe Ghanaians can relate to this. I don't know if Nigerians would. I didn't know it has become a habit. So every time when I'm doing this, even when there is nothing wrong, somehow my lips find a way to do what, and somebody. So I remember, one of the white, people that I used to know, because they not used to that, so they couldn't even do that. So they were, what is that, Cliff? I said, what is what? They're like, what do you keep on doing that thing for? With your teeth? What you keep on doing that thing for? I said, what do you mean? He said, what do you do that thing with your teeth? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm stressed. He said, oh, so when you are stressed, you just do that? He said, oh, wow, that you stress a lot. Yeah, but true story. I used to stress a lot because it was a behavior, right? So you need to be able to understand that when something become chronic, when something become your identity, it protects you from when somebody is telling you the truth in there. Are you guys with me? Very important to understand this. So identity protection is not when you are being attacked by your identity. It's when your identity is protecting itself from becoming something else. It wants the old identity. And so this is why internal work is more important than external effort. So you can't act beyond the version of yourself you have accepted you are. So if you think that in our family, we don't have much, and I don't have much, and we struggled, and I am struggling, and if that is your identity, then you only attract struggles. So even when something peace is coming, that is why sometimes you will find some people in a relationship, and this one goes to the ladies mostly, they go like, I don't think this relationship is going to last. Why? Because they don't believe they deserve the kind of love maybe the gentleman is going to give to them, because they believe it's too good to be true. Because all her life, she has only unfortunately ended up with men that treated her bad. Right? Identity protection. So they now start calling themselves names. I don't want to mention those ones because those conversations are very sensitive, but these are all identity protection. It doesn't matter whatever you think you are. And identity protection is not about right or wrong. It's about the perception that keeps you going in your own life. The fourth place where we will pick this, a formation of self-sabotage from is the fear of change. All right. So the brain, because it's trying to protect you, normally it confuses growth with chaos. Remember the truth. What did I tell you? I said your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is not. So if right now, let's say you come onto TP Masterclass, for example, a lot of people struggled with this masterclass in the beginning because it wasn't the usual way of the, Telegram channels, meetings they go into and so on and so forth. This is different. This was like a YouTube channel, one guy and his team, they are always doing this and this and this. What is this? So, but when people got used to it and their brain went like, oh, this is a safe place for me to grow, they now started wanting to grow. So fear of change is why sometimes people end up also sabotaging themselves. Okay, so biologically, you need to be able to understand that the brain doesn't distinguish change from danger. To the brain, danger and change is the same thing, right? So both activate the same fear circuits. Does that make sense? So if you are here right now, like, even if something good is trying to change in your life, your brain doesn't go, oh, this is good, so allow it. No, your body and your brain is a defensive mechanism system. That is why when a woman is pregnant, their body shut down in immune system strength. You know why? Because the baby, even though it's a human that will come out of the woman to be a joy to the family, the body wants to kill the child because to the body, that is a foreign material. Are you with me? So your brain and your body is a defensive tool. It's a defensive system. It always wants to protect you from something it's not used to. So there is something called the fear of change. It is also an origin to self-sabotaging. So the brain confuses growth with chaos. So the nervous system will either prefer to basically control your transformation instead of trusting the transformation. Just write it down. The brain normally wants to control the transformation instead of trusting the transformation. That is why a lot of people struggle to also become traders for a very long time. There are many people when they come to me and they say, Cliff, this is my problem and I need help. When I start to offer them the help, it takes a while for them to accept it because it's everything opposite from what they already know. Because their brain is like, no. I want to keep my strategy. No. This is what I believe. And I'm like, okay, if what you believe and your strategy was working, why are you here? You need to allow and trust transformation. Are you with me? So the fear of change, the brain confuses growth with chaos. So self-sabotage is not because you hate progress, it's because your system hasn't yet learned how to feel safe in it. Then the number 5, the origin. We have some origin. Number 5 is reward system loop. Reward system loop. This is where the brain dopamine system reward relief and itself and so on and so forth. So you need to be able to understand, let's say, for example, you have 4 people now, and those 4 people are poor and broke, and you have other 4 people and they are very successful, and you have person A and person B, both of them are friends with these 4 people. The thing you need to be able to understand is this: if this person like these 4 friends, and these 4 friends go like, you guys are wasting your time on this masterclass, and they all get hit with the dopamine they are looking for, they will all believe this masterclass is stupid just because they all agree. And you will have these 4 people who say, man, you listen to this masterclass, it will change your life. Because he is hanging out with these 4 people and they all believe in this masterclass, they will also come on this masterclass because they believe this masterclass can change their life. And so dopamine is a rewarding system. It is what makes you to be able to create a habit. I've told you guys this before. If you are here and you keep on following a routine, any routine of this kind, maybe you are following the rules routine. Maybe let's say you are following your rules. Let's say you wake up in the morning, you are like, I'm going to declare, I'm going to follow my rules, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to do 100 push-ups in a day, every day. If that is your consistency ritual, listen, what you need to be able to understand is that, let's say, for example, you are doing 21 days. of a transformation routine. So you wake up in the morning. Number one, you say you're going to pray, you are going to run, you are going to read, you are going to sort of meditate on the things you are learning. You know, I'm not talking about meditation in terms of namaste or whatever it is. I'm talking about meditation about meditating on the things that you're learning, whether your Bible or your book or whatever or not. Then so you pray, you run, you read, you meditate. These are the routine, let's say you want to follow for 21 days. Number two, you start day 1, day 2, day 3. While you are doing, after 10 days, your brain is going to start to defend you from this because it's foreign. Are you with me? It's foreign to your brain. So your brain is going to be like, no. So I'm going to bring this one up again. So let's say, for example, 21 days program. Your brain is like, no. So you have here, you want to be transformed from here to here. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, even though you are almost there, this part of your old habit is saying, no. We got to build resistance so that he doesn't get here. Why? Because here is danger. That is the truth to this mindset. But it's not danger. It's called new habits. But your brain doesn't see it as a new habit yet. Are you with me? Your brain doesn't see it as a new habit yet. It sees it as danger. And so what is happening is after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days of doing those things consistently, your brain is going to say, no, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And we got to stop this because it's not going to make him get safe. Are you guys with me? It's not going to let you be safe. I don't like this. So what happens next is that what you need to understand is that when you get to the 10th day, you need to be able to realize this, that on the 10th day, what you need to do is that if you are not creating a system to make sure that you are being rewarded, it will stop being you building a habit to a toxic routine to your brain. Are you guys with me? To your brain. Are you guys with me? It's very important you guys understand this. Okay? Sorry for a second, guys. Let me bring... Okay, just give me a second. I'll bring it up again. Just give me a second. It doesn't help you. We're going to bring it up. It's a disconnection effect. But just listen and write. I'm sorry that I can't. Or maybe probably I'll just show it to you guys on the screen or whatever. Just listen to me. So are you guys with me? You need to be able to understand that your brain after 21 days, your brain must be able to build a habit. If after 21 days, your brain is not building a habit, it's going to look at that as a bad behavior to yourself. So a lot of people are stuck in the whole cliff. I've been doing this over and over again and I am tired. What do I do? It's because you don't have a rewarding system. You don't have a rewarding system. That is a problem. You don't have a rewarding system. If you have a rewarding system, it will now transform it from being a routine to a habit. So every single routine that you start, eventually it must become a habit. And the way a habit is formed, it has to go through all the 3-dimensional loop: cue, the action, and the reward. But many people take the reward out of the context. Many people take the reward out of the context. I'm going to bring my screen back again so that we guys can see my screen. Sorry about that. The network went bad. Okay, can you guys see my screen now? Good. So what I was just, so if you guys are listening to this, just sorry about it. It got disconnected. If it gets disconnected again, I will see in a comment. We'll take it out from there. So sorry about it. Okay. So let me just go over it one more time again, because it's important that you understand this. Let me give the example again so that you get this correct. It's important that you get this. So let's say, for example, you are building a habit in 21 days. You need to be able to understand that this 21 days, you need to be able to understand that at the end of the 21 days, it is not enough to make a complete habit, but at least the habit must start being formed. Okay. So let's say, for example, this is where you are. and you are going here. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. Now, when you now get to this place, you are almost about to get to the place where it's going to start getting difficult. So your brain, which is trying to protect you, will try to create a resistance so that what happens? You don't get to this part, because it doesn't find this as a habit that is healthy. It finds this as danger. Why? Because it's new to it. Why? Because of fear of change. Why? Because of identity protection. Your brain wants to protect you. But then what you need to understand is this. Every single habit goes through a 3-dimensional loop. The cue, the action, the reward. A lot of people know how to get the trigger. They know how to do it for some days, but they never reward themselves. And this rewarding system, if you take it away from the context of transformation, if you take rewarding away from habits, it will never become a habit. And if it doesn't become a habit, it becomes a stressful routine. So people sometimes say, Cliff, I don't know why I am not disciplined to my routine. Because as a human being, your brain doesn't like your routine anymore. That is it. So it is very important. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you are building a 21-day habit. What do you need to do? Very simple. Day 1, you are journaling. Day 2, journaling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Day 10, celebrate this. With friends, yourself, it doesn't matter. Celebrate it. Then when you now get to day 20, celebrate it. The more you keep on creating celebrations for yourself within that habit formation that you are forming, eventually your brain will now start to associate that dopamine to what? To a new behavior. And the more you do it repeatedly, what happens is that it starts to become a habit. As simple as that. Are you with me? Good. So now that we have been able to talk about this, it's okay. We can take the screen off sharing now. Now that we have been able to talk about the origin of these ones, what did I say? Let me go back to my notes. Number 1, we have childhood. Number 2, emotional memory. Number 3, identity protection. Number 4, fear of change. Number 5, reward system loop. So when you are getting rewarded negatively, let's say, for example, you are taking bad substance or you are addicted to, let's say, adult content, there's a dopamine that you get. Let's say you are addicted to overtrading. There is a dopamine you are getting. So because of that rewarding system loop, your bad behavior, or let me say the self-sabotaging, keeps on going on and on and on. Are you guys with me? Very important that you understand this, okay? Now let's go to the next part of this masterclass. The side effect of self-sabotage. I'm going to run through this quickly because I want us to go to how you can break yourself away from self-sabotage. So please listen to me and write this. I'm not going to write this down so that we can finish quickly. The first one is what we call the chronic procrastination. Chronic procrastination. Chronic procrastination. The side effect of self-sabotage. Chronic procrastination. There are people who procrastinate not because they couldn't do it. They have a chronic procrastination behavior. They keep delaying the things that could change their life. It's not because they are lazy. It's because they fear responsibility. They have not decided to respond, even though they have the ability. So to them, finishing means exposure. Finishing means pressure. Finishing means they might fail. So they will rather procrastinate than to actually do the thing at all. That is it. So what the things that your brain will tell you is that, wait until, you are ready. That is why there is a saying, if you say you are waiting until you are ready, you will never be ready. So number 1, side effect of self-sabotage. Before we talk about how to break out of it, is chronic procrastination, number 1. Chronic procrastination, number 1. I said I was not going to write, but let me write. I just want you guys to get it. Number 1 is chronic Chronic procrastination. Number 1, chronic procrastination. Number 2 is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. There are people that even when they succeed, they feel like, they feel like a fraud. They feel like they don't deserve it. It's like, oh man, like, I don't even think this was supposed to be mine. They are always guilty. There are people, especially those people who, when they start making it in life a little bit, even when they take themselves out on a date, they feel like, man, I mean, why didn't I even give the money to my family and yada, yada, yada. They don't think they deserve these things. It's an imposter syndrome. They feel like it's not supposed to be theirs. That is a reality. Then number 3 is over perfectionism. This one was one of the biggest problems I struggle with. Being overly perfect. Over perfectionism. This was one of my biggest problems I had, and I still think that sometimes I still have it. Because my line of work, I cannot afford for something not to be perfect, but sometimes it doesn't mean that it's always healthy. You will normally find that around people who wants to be leaders and so on and so forth. So you tell yourself that it's not ready yet. For example, my book, You Are Not a Trader Yet, it's coming up soon. I'm not going to tell you guys the date now, but the date has been, we have a date, but we're going to tell you guys soon. I've written this book 4 times. 4 times, ladies and gentlemen, 4 good times. And all of them, they were good, in my own opinion, and based on the people that read it. But I couldn't bring myself to releasing that until the last one that I decided to let it go out. So it's a bad behavior. And that can also lead to you trying to always be excellent. But it doesn't also mean that be anyhow. Excellence is important. But don't be overly, don't try to be an overly perfect individual. It doesn't work. So perfectionism is the fear of wearing a designer suit. Does that make sense? So you are like, man, like, if I do this, what if people tell me this? I remember, I don't want to go into my details. I'll delay you guys. Don't let me just share this. Sorry, I shared too much story with you guys. It's okay. I'll save it for another day. So over perfectionism is the side effect of that. Okay. Number 4, emotional exhaustion after small wins. Emotional exhaustion. Right after what? Small wins. This one is after your success. I don't know about you, but these are the 2 things I also used to feel. So the way my mind used to protect me from this kind of self-sabotaging behavior was that I would rather not celebrate at all. So even if I win, I'm like, it's nothing. It's something, chief. It's something. Once upon a time, you were getting 500 views, Cliff. Now you are getting millions. Sometimes on my Instagram, I can get a video. We have few videos, 1.6 million, 1.5, 300,000 views, 200. Yes, it's nothing to the people that don't care. But for where you are starting from, the impact you are making to the people, Cliff, is something. Celebrate it. But back then, I'm like, yeah, it's nothing. It's normal. Emotional exhaustion after small wins. That's because our nervous system interprets pressure and progress the same way. So you need to be able to understand that it shuts it down to protect you from overstimulation. There are people who are afraid, if I celebrate, I will lose it. So I'll celebrate. But you see, these things, they still cause a problem. So number 5 is self-criticism. Even though self-critique is good to help you to know, listen, I'm going, it's great. But if you self-criticize yourself, if that is a good thing to say, and then you disguise it as humility, it's not a good thing. So I'm going to just put self-C, all right? Disguise as humility. So there are people here that you will understand at the end of the day, they will now downplay their gifts. I will tell them, man, you are good at what you do. Oh man, it's nothing. We are not there yet. I get the point that you are doing, but it's dangerous. Oh man, wow, the way you know how to do this. Oh man, I mean, it's nothing. We are not that good. so you think just because you say that to yourself means you are humble. No, chief. Yeah, I thank God for my gifts. Even though I'm willing to develop to become the best of myself, but I think that I'm blessed. Yes, this is how you start rewiring the mind. Man, you were a good video editor. Yeah, I mean, I put in the effort, even though I'm not where I want to be yet, but I believe that I'm getting better. Are you guys with me? Self-criticism disguised as humility. So you are downplaying your gift. You are basically shrinking the things you can do so that others may not think that you are this and that. Is self-criticism disguised as humility. That is not humility. That is not humility. Are you with me? Then the last one, I will write it here as constant resetting. Number 7, the last one. Constant resetting. Build, let me bring it here. Constant resetting. Build, destroy, rebuild, destroy, then you rebuild, then you destroy. It's called constant resetting. You start strong, you gain momentum, then you sabotage it all. You call it starting fresh. No, chief, you need to start and stay there. Start and stay. Your subconscious mind is seeking comfort in chaos. It loves chaos. So you need to be able to understand that these couple of few things written down here is a side effect of self-sabotage, chronic procrastination, imposter syndrome, over perfectionism, emotional exhaustion. After small wins, you become exhausted. Then self-criticism disguised as humility. And then we have what we call constant resetting. You build, you destroy, then you rebuild again. You build, you destroy, then you rebuild again. This year, this season, that will not be your testimony. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the last part of our masterclass today, we are about to talk about how to break out of self-sabotage. This is the last thing we're going to be talking about when we are done. How to break out of self-sabotage. We're going to run to it and we are done. So if you came on this masterclass today and you are wondering, okay, how do I bring all of this thing together? How do I bring all of this thing together? Remember when we started talking about something very important for you to understand, that your mind, when you are studying it, the behavior, your emotions, and then your mindset, we call that psychology. So anytime that you combine psychology and self-sabotage psychology and whatever to it, it means that we are studying the person's mind towards this pitfall or this psychological pitfall. And today on is self-sabotage. And we realize that when it comes to self-sabotage, it doesn't just exist because it is you trying to destroy your own progress. So what that simply means is that it has an origin if it's that strong. So we looked at some couple of few origins. We look at your childhood, we look at your fear of change, we look at several different kind of types of origins that you can find. Does that make sense? And we ended up understanding that if it has an origin, then it has a side effect because I can actually see it manifesting in my life, right, as a person. So we listed some couple of few side effects here and there. And then now where we are going is that if this thing exists in my life, you as a person, I'm going to give you what you need to do. So how to break out of it right now, this part of the session is beyond an abstract concept. So number one, on top of my list here, it is always, you cannot take this first out of any psychological rewiring, and that is awareness. Awareness. Number one is awareness. You cannot be able to change what you are not aware of. So right after this masterclass, maybe on a Sunday, whenever that you feel like you want to do this, right after this masterclass, the first thing you gotta do is to pick up your note and say, what are the things that I can tell is happening in my life that I know I don't deserve this? Because you deserve more. Is it me giving back profit? Is it me always making it look like I don't deserve the right friends? Is it always making it look like I don't deserve the right people? Become aware of the things that is in your life. Does that make sense? Define it. And then when you now define it, you need to be able to write down the origin. Don't just become aware of the problem, also become aware of the origin. Because when you don't become aware of the origin, you will not be able to reconstruct your identity, because you will forever think it's your fault. But you need to understand, that is why we call it an origin, because it's coming from somewhere. Then number 2 is reassociation. Reassociation. You need to be able to redefine what safety means to you. So number 1, after you have picked up your notes, your journal, and you have written some things down, you need to enter the next stage. I call it a reassociation, meaning redefining what safety means to you. That means you need to teach your brain that success and peace can coexist. You need to teach your brain. I will come back to this again. Let's go here. You need to teach your brain that success and peace can coexist. So as a trader, at the end of the day, you realize yourself and you're like, you know what? I want to be a successful trader, and I deserve to be a successful trader, but I also need to understand that it has to come with peace. It has to come with some sort of, I don't need to trade with stress. I don't need to be attached to stress to be able to be. No. So that is why sometimes, have you ever heard people that goes like, for me, I look at a chart 24 hours. Chief, what are you the CPU? Why? Why are you looking at the chart 24 hours? Because even if you have the capacity to look at the chart 24 hours, your eyeballs connecting to your brain, logically and scientifically, it is impossible for you to perform better with your eyesight connected to your screen 24 hours. But you see, people like that, they think they have to struggle to make it. I'm telling you, there are people, they believe if their success didn't come from struggle, it won't last. This is serious. People sometimes say, for me, Cliff, I'm always on the chart. Good for you. How long are you going to keep on destroying your eye? How long are you going to keep on destroying your brain? Why would you do that? There is time for everything. So I know some people are saying, so Cliff, you are saying I shouldn't stay on the chat every day. I'm not saying that. I'm saying take breaks. Don't destroy your eyeballs. If you destroy your eyeballs, how would you look at XOUUSD? Even the 2 eyes that you have that is good, you are still hitting stop losses. Imagine if something bad happens to you. You know what will happen to your account? So the next one is called identity updates. First one is awareness. Number 2 is reassociation. You need to be able to redefine things. Over time, you will see that your nervous system will now rewire the new associations. Success will now be calm and not chaos. So number 1, awareness. Number 2, reassociation. Number 3, I call that the identity update. Don't just sit with your new goals. Create a new self-concept. What that simply means, stop. You need to be able to stop saying things like, I am trying to be disciplined. And from there, you go into, I am disciplined. All right, I am disciplined, or I am a disciplined person learning to express it. So when somebody say, are you successful? I am a successful trader in the making. Speak like that. Because right now, Chief, where you are coming from, your brain is wired in a way that success is far from you. So it's your choice. You either rewire your mind to attract these things by peace and by force, by hook or crook. It's up to you. Number 4 is identity update. Number 5 is emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is number 5. You need to be able to understand that, look, before you react, you need to breathe. Most sabotaging situations happens because you were panicking. Anytime that something is happening and you are able to breathe, it takes away something negative away from you. Breathing is important because when you breathe in, you are taking oxygen into your brain. So anything that is making you become mentally fatigued start to clear away and you can think well. It's as simple as that. If you are also here and you are struggling a lot, I'm going to give you a quick psychological trick, but don't use it for too much, okay? Don't use it too much, but it's a psychological trick. Put a rubber band around your hand. don't use it too much. Please. This is like me giving you caffeine. And I'm like, don't drink it too much. So put a rubber band around your hand. Anytime that you feel like you are emotionally out of space, drag the rubber band. Let it hit your hand. Don't hit yourself, but drag it slightly and hit it. Don't do it for too long. It's like when you get sunburns and you want to fix your face. All right, when you get sunburns, you want to fix your face. You don't use the product forever, but the product is meant to fix something, some discoloration thing. You don't use a discoloration product forever. I hope this one I'm saying, other skincare gurus will not be like, hey, Cliff is capping and yapping. Okay, so let me be a skincare routine expert right now. So you don't use a discoloration product forever, but you use it for a time period to make sure that your face, which is discolored by the sunburns, goes away. Then you go back to your normal routine. That keeps you intact. If you are a skincare expert, and now I got it right, drop some ones in the chat. Anyways, so you put a rubber band around your hand and you stretch it whenever you know that you are. So what you're doing right there is that you are reversing, you are break, because every single time that the amygdala activates and it becomes stronger, because watch this, let me be a little bit neuroscientific for you guys right now. Every single time that you are afraid, you are training part of your brain to become stronger than the other. So if your amygdala becomes stronger in sounding the alarm of what if, every time that it sounds the alarm, it shuts down your prefrontal cortex, your frontal lobe. It shuts it down. So that is why when something happens to somebody, they stop being logic. Have you ever told yourself before that you are in a trade and it's going to blow your account? And you said, if it blows, let it blow. If you have said that before, you can put number ones in the chat. You know yourself that if it will blow, let it blow. And truly, the market never missed that opportunity. It will always blow that account. But this is what I'm trying to teach you. That moment, you are mentally exhausted, that your frontal lobe, your prefrontal cortex, shuts down to the point where you are no more logical. That is why you are exhausted. Instead of you analyzing the assets to make sure you make the right decision, you are so tired that you are like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. Markets, free me. Right? That is what you do, by the way. And the market will free you. It will free you from the deposits. Right? So you need to be able to understand that as a human being, there are things you need to do to become calm immediately. And one of the things that I'll recommend is breathing. But if you are also somebody that breathing doesn't work, add rubber band trick to it for 21 days. Just while you're going into the market today, try that 21 days of a rubber band around your hand. Anytime that you are panicking, just drag it. Don't hurt yourself. Just slightly enough to bring your fear center back away so that your prefrontal cortex will come. Because the moment that you hit yourself, it triggers the pain sensation and makes you logical. But ouch, what is that? It brings you back into an awareness. So 21 days of a rubber band around. Remember, anything good that is being used becomes negative, toxic. Okay, but this is a psychological trick. And also add prayers. Some of you guys need prayers. The last one is accountability. You need an accountability partner. You can do this alone when you're you can't build a habit on your own. At some point, somebody needs to know. That is why, guys, every single day I tell people, email us. Or you can go, okay, by the way, guys, anyway, I'm gonna make some two announcements very soon and we take it out from there. Okay, so accountability, so that I will give you guys some announcements to help you with the accountability part. Surround yourself with stability. If you have 4 people and all of them is always competing about who is the brokest one in the room, chief, this one will not change your life. You need new four friends. They don't even have to be your friends. They just need to be people who are going somewhere. That is it. So if you come to me like, Cliff, have you eaten? I'm like, no, it's like, man, me, I've not even eaten 2 days. I'm like, man, your own is good. Me, I've not eaten 3 days. That is not how we want. We cannot live our life like this. For how long? No. Not this season. You need friends. I'll be like, oh, man, I've not even had anything to eat. Oh, man, wow. Like, you know what? Let's go grab something to eat. I'm not saying they are buying food for you. I'm basically saying you need people with solution-oriented mindset, not people who will compete and win who is the brokest one in the room. No, not this season, chief, because you need people who can hold you accountable. So, ladies and gentlemen, Let me stop sharing my screen now. Guys, how long have we been on it? 2 hours. Guys, I've been talking for 2 hours. Come on now, drop some number ones in the chat for me right now. This is not easy. 2 hours. I just checked the time right now, guys. I just realized how much I love teaching. Oh my God. Okay, so let me bring everything into. I'm about to give an announcement, powerful announcement. You guys will love this announcement, but wait for it. So let me bring everything into order, and I will give the announcement, and we'll wrap up for today. It's okay. Don't let me sabotage your evening. Some of you guys can't wait and go and eat the wache and the kenke and the oha soup. You can't wait, so I'm sabotaging your dinner. Don't worry, I got you. But this is serious, though. Let's talk. So you came on this call and you don't know why you keep on giving profit back. You don't know why you keep on struggling. You don't know. And you're asking yourself, Cliff, why is it like this? And I'm telling you today, you are wired. You are wired. It's not foolishness. You are not stupid. You are not dumb. Don't let anybody tell you that nonsense. You are not dumb, Chief. You are not stupid. You are not bad. Even if today, part of the way you are surviving is stealing, you are not bad. It's so wiring because you believe that is the only way you can survive. So as you have come here today to this masterclass, I'm telling you, there is something called self-sabotaging. It is real. That you yourself, you can decide to do what will not make you benefits. But it's not your fault. However, if after this masterclass, you remain there, it's your fault. So now you will understand with the homework. Go and write down what are some of the things that I remember as a child that created a mindset that I know this is wrong. I've told you guys some of mine. You know yours. Write it down and say no more to that nonsense. Some of you guys are meant to be 6-7 figure earners by now, but you are afraid of success. When I'm speaking to you like this is because I came out of this fear. I grew up in a house where, growing up, I grew up in a house where you will hear things saying that money is the root of evil. I didn't hear the love of the money. Money is the root of evil. So I grew up hating success. So even when good things are coming to me, I'm like, oh, take it away. I don't like this. I want the money, but I don't want too much. So you will hear people sometimes saying, even money is not even necessary. Chief, in this season, if you keep on doing that, it will destroy you. Money is a very important commodity. It's not everything, but it is a very important necessity. Take it from me. However, don't love it to the point that it destroys you, but money is important. And so at the end of the day, you need to understand, if you don't have money, you will lie, you will borrow, you will steal, you will cheat. Believe all this formation will happen to you. This is, if it was a football, this is 4-4-2. 4-4-2 formation of poverty. Stealing, borrowing, lying, cheating, 4-4-2 formation of poverty. You don't need it in this season. My God, in this season. Listen, guys, you need to get out of this space. Hate poverty. Hate poverty. To do this homework, please do this homework. Sit down, just sit down and write down. You said, Cliff, I want to learn trading psychology. I want to learn psychology. There you go. Self-sabotage is something that it is a defensive system in your brain to protect you from what it already knows. Your old identity, your wiring, your behavior. So where do you start from? Write down. Number 2, reassociate yourself. Change the pattern of the thoughts. Speak it into an existence. Number 3, identity update. The people you hang out with, the things you do, change the movies when you start doing these things, even the movies you like will change. There's some of you right now, the movies you watch is part of the reason why you're not even successful. I know you'll be like, this is too much. I'm telling you the truth. The music you listen to, some of you, is the reason why you're not successful. Believe me. So some people be like, why is it that the successful people, they like listening to classic music? It's cheap. Some of them listen to all kinds of music, but classic music simply has another pattern of wiring with the tones. Not every single tone you hear is normal. One day I will teach you guys this a little to understand the power of sound. You need to understand that the tones they use in music, not every one of them hits the same chord in your mind. There are some, when it hits your mind, you become like a gangster. That is why when you're in the car, you feel like, you're listening to hip hop. I'm not saying it's your choice, but when you're in the hip hop, you feel like you can kill somebody. Yes, it's the sound. And there are sounds also, if you hear it, for some reason, you become goofy. You dance in a way it's like you want to fool yourself. Why? It's the sound. It's wiring your mind. So reassociate yourself. update your identity, and then become emotionally intelligent and learn how to regulate your emotions. Not everything happening to you is a negative thing. Some things you need to learn from it as a mistake. Are you with me? Then number 5, accountability program. Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 announcements right now, and then we can take it up from there. If you have been learning, drop some ones in the chat. So I don't know if this individual is watching this right now, but I cannot share my screen of what I'm about to share and not say a big thank you to an individual. If he's listening to this, whether by replay, I would like him to put something in the comment. This individual is somebody that came into my life and in this community, and he has loved this community. So he called me one time and he goes like, Cliff, I've seen the website, but I think there is more that we can do with the website. I said, okay, I hear you. What can we do? He said, Cliff, we are going to build a new website. I said, okay, why not? And at the end of the day, we had an old website. So currently, ladies and gentlemen, cliffcheqona.com now doesn't look like the old version anymore. Currently, right now, it has a lot of, now, mind you, not every single thing is fully deployed here. It's like building a home, but we have shifted from our old website to this new website. And it was built by an individual called Tola. I call him Tola. He's from the UK, originally Nigerian. Tola said, Cliff, I want to make this website for you. And he said, I don't care who made your other website. I said, oh, we did it ourselves. He said, no, Mr. Cliff. Believe me, I've been building website for so, and he's a very intelligent individual. Man, TP family, God bless you guys. The love, the support, thank you guys. But come on, guys, let's drop some number ones in the comments for Tola. Tola, I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. I told you I was going to surprise you. He didn't know I was going to do this. He was going to do this and just quietly keep quiet and hide behind the scene. But one day you guys will see him. I'll bring him one day for you guys to see him as well. But at the end of the day, today, I just want to say thank you to Tola. God bless you so much. Now, watch this, guys. If you want to, I'm not going to take you through this, guys. But if you want to have a consultation with me, you can come here. These consultations is free, but it's donation based. You don't need to give. It's up to you. If you have, it's up to you, because some people don't want to come on the call with me for free. They just want to give me something and support the TP family. So I have to allow that. However, you don't need to pay to see me. Okay, you just have to go find a place and book a meeting, and I can consult you and see what is wrong with your trading, your emotions, and every single thing, and so on and so forth. You can go ahead and explore the website for yourself, and then when the book is ready, of course, we will release it here, but it's not here yet. At the moment, you can go to the TP shop. Those of you who want private mentorship and stuff like that, currently right now, it's not really as something that I'm doing, seriously, because you guys already know I'm doing so many things for the community for free right now. So many things are on request basis, unless you are in a very deep problem, whereby you need a serious, maybe you have an addiction problem, or you have a huge capital loss as a family member or something, and then you want something, you can request and we can talk about it. But if you don't have that and you just want to learn from me, then the TP Masterclass must be enough for now until we launch our bootcamp. So you can explore this and so on and so forth. And those of the masterclasses also, okay, just go explore. This is not the announcement for the day I want to explore, but the website is ready, cliffcheqona.com. If you find any technical difficulties, please reach out back to us. We will see what we can do. All right, with that all being said, now listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Something is about to change on this masterclass. Before we bring the flyer on, hold on for a second. Hold on. So a lot of people keep on telling me, Cliff, this masterclass is more than just trading. I watch it and I apply it in all areas of my life. I said, okay, I've heard it several times. Do you guys agree? I want you guys to communicate with me right now. Let me know. Do you guys agree the information we are learning here, you can apply it in other areas in your training career and then in your personal life? Do you agree? If you don't agree, it's fine. If you agree, kindly just drop the number ones in the chat. And and then also, Solomon, if you agree, just give me some claps. Let me know you also agree. So do you guys all agree that at the end of the day, we are doing more than just a one corner transformation? I believe you guys agree that we are teaching things that can make you, the trader, become better version of yourself. So your trading life and your actual life, they mirror each other. So we have done 30 full episodes of this masterclass. And I truly believe if you have been paying attention, you will learn a thing or two. Now, we are about to dive deeper into the transformation side of this masterclass, meaning that we are still going to be doing the things, nothing changes. I am only giving you guys the opportunity to hear more transformational masterclasses together with this segment, right? To be able to grow beyond your current level. And so moving forward, and I'm not going to be releasing all the surprises, but you guys are going to be experiencing many people who are going to be giving us over 20 to 25 minutes of a masterclass segment that will transform your mind. Imagine as a trader and all your life, from finances to health to your family life, every single thing being transformed mentally. Because when it comes to transformation, if one area is attacked, the other area is attacked. Would you agree? And so I believe this is a season. After 40 episodes, I believe this is a good gift that I can put in the effort for us to do this for the community. So you guys are going to be seeing your favorite mentors as well coming on this masterclass. It's not going to be just Cliff Cheqona. I want to talk about your favorite mentors. I'm not talking about your regular favorite mentors. I'm talking about your favorite mentors in different areas that you can ever imagine to go deeper in the transformation. And so you guys will experience how it's going to be. But after all, it's all about you guys, your growth, and all of us. We want to learn, right? So I just thought, hey, Cliff alone cannot teach people, only his perception, because the Bible even says we see in part and then we prophesy in part. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to bring the flyer up on the screen for next week. Is it next week? Yes, it's next week. Next week, we are going to have a guest here on TP Masterclass, and not any other than Pastor Kayode Areo. Ladies and gentlemen, I have so much respect for this individual, so much respect. And some of you guys may know him. Some of you guys are going to meet him soon. You can already check him out already on Instagram if you want. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of a new wave of TP Masterclass, that the transformation is going to go beyond the way you can ever imagine. That on this masterclass, your favorite even, traders who are hedge fund managers will be coming on this masterclass now. It's not just going to be Cliff, because at the end of the day, I want you guys to grow to become. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited, come on now. If you are excited to transform your mind, to fix your mind, to fix your trading, because we understand that trading is truly a mind game. Do you guys understand this? Do you guys understand this? So just let us bring the excitement up on the screen. I just want to see it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, TP family, we will go. We will grow. We will grow. We will grow as a community. We will grow. I don't care what anybody thinks. We will grow. Are you guys with me? I don't care what anybody thinks in this community. We will grow. And so at the end of the day, with that all being said, this is going to be our first transformational add-on to the masterclass. And there is many people. I don't want to surprise you guys with the other people we have lined up. So in the next couple of few weeks, expect more people coming up as well, and so on and so forth. So we're going to have Pastor Kayode coming up here on this masterclass to give us mental transformation masterclass, and then it could be able to help you guys. And as soon as he's done, of course, we will go into our segment as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, let's bring back the Ghana TP Masterclass offline event. If you have not registered yet, please register. You should register, please. For the sake of your mindset and transformation, register it. And then stay tuned. I'm going to give you guys the feedback of when we're going to release the book. We are creating a landing page that is going to help you guys to get subscribed to the announcement of when the book is live. So yes, I think so far beautiful stuff is coming into our community. And then right after we are done with the Ghana TP Masterclass offline, we are heading straight up into Nigeria. We are going into Nigeria in the house. If we have some Nigerians in the comment, just put a Nigerian flag in the comment section. Let's bring it up. We have Nigerian in the house. Come on, Nigerians. Put some Nigerian flags in the comment section. Let's bring it up. So right after we are done with the Ghana TP Masterclass, we are going to Nigeria for the Masterclass edition in Nigeria as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited for what God is doing in this community. Believe me, the transformation that is coming into this community and the network that we are going to be cramming into this place, it is interesting, and I know that it's going to change a lot of lives. So with that all being said, thank you so much, guys, for this masterclass. Please share this to somebody to learn. If somebody is struggling with self-sabotage, tell them, listen, there is a reason, but you need to start from somewhere to rewire your mind. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Please invite somebody to the next masterclass coming this Saturday. You don't want them to miss this powerful segment we're going to also have with Pastor Kayode. With that all being said, God bless you all and have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Fix your mind, fix your trading.